Here I am again, and I didn't gussy. I usually want to gussy up a little bit. Come on, gussy up now. Gussy. Come on. You Allegheny country boy, you. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm an old man. I'm an Allegheny grandpa. That's right. I'm an Allegheny country grandpa. And hunting and fishing is all my joy. I go to the mountain streams and I hunt for brookies. Bullfrogs get in the way sometimes too. I'll grab one of those too. I get some bullfrog legs. Yeah. Ribbit. Yeah. That's why I'm AKA the Allegheny bullfrog hunter. That's what they call me too. I do bullfrogging and I do brookie. I get a little piece of felt, red felt, and I put it on a little hook, put it on some number 2 line, 2 pound line with 4 pound test, something like that. A nice fine where the trout can't see the line, but all they can see is that red little piece of felt floating around on top of the water. So, oh yeah, we got me a brookie. I got me a bullfrog too. That's the way to get 'em, boy. You got some red felt, cut little teeny pieces off. I got a kit. I got a survival kit. I had to add them to them because what they had in there for bait, in case you get caught and you got a fish. I didn't like what they had, but I know if I put some red felt in there, I'm going to get some little brookies, baby. Who knows? Because they go into the big rivers. And during the springtime, they go up the rivers and they spawn and do all that stuff. And you can get them. They're only 6, 7, 8, 10 inches at the biggest. And if they're 10, man, they're a fight. But if usually they're 6, 7, 8 inches, and you're only allowed 10 of them, they're brookies. New York State. I usually I'll catch a bucket of them, right? I won't kill them or anything. Catch a bucket, then which ones are the best ones, and I'll get my 10, and I'll let the other ones go. But I'm on the river with a 5 gallon bucket with brookies in it. There's one I catch when I drop it in there, let it swim around and all that stuff. Because I like them, they're live, and they bring them home, and then you gut them and put them in the oven. And after they're in there for 350 degrees, somewhere's around there, for I don't know, till the skins peel off of them. 15 minutes you can check them out. 10, 15 minutes, check them out, bring them on out, and see if you can pull the skin off of them. If you can do that, then that means that they're done enough and you can shake the head or the bone on top of the head, wherever you got it. You can shake it like this, and all the meat will fall off the bone in a nice little pile in front of you. And you do 10 that way, and you got a little pile of pink brookie trout. Boy, that stuff, you mix that with some egg, some flour, and stuff like that, and make little patties, dump them in some olive oil with seasoning in it and stuff. Season the pan, put it in there. Oh, don't get better than that, people. Oh, brookie patties with eggs in the morning. Oh, now you can substitute if it's wintertime and you can't go brookie fishing until April, right? So you can go and you can get those sardines that are skinless and boneless, and there's no taste to them. And all you do is add seasoning to them, and it's just like you having a brookie. Really, I noticed that. I tried to find out, well, what about in the wintertime, when I don't have any frozen brookie or anything like that in the refrigerator? I can go get a can of, in spring water, skinless, boneless, smelt, or not smelt, sardines. Smelt is good too. I used to eat smelt. They're good. You get them by the buckets. You're allowed eight to 10, somewhere's around there, and they weigh so much. But the smaller ones, the smaller smelts, you can get them in pints because they're so small. You get a pint, not a pint full, but a quart full. You put a quart in and you're allowed 8 quarts of smelt. Back when I don't know what it is now, but they used to check you out good too because people used to hide it. I knew some guys that used to go smelt hunting all the time, and they would take their boots, their wader boots that they used, fill them up with smelt, put them in the back, and the game warden comes, he's checking this, he's checking that, but you don't look in the boots, and that's where all the smell are. And you can put water in there too if you want. You just dump the boots out, let them dry. Put a hair dryer down there, something like that. I don't know what you can do. I didn't do it. I know the guy that did do it. He got caught. He got caught with some, and then when the guy did it, they just took all the ones they caught him with and measured them out, and they fined him everything that was over 8 quarts. And they had other quarts there, so they filled up to make a quart. They filled up how many quarts that he stole. He was trying to steal, and they charged him for it on the ticket. He got fined so many quarts over what he was allowed, and they had a way to measure it. And you had to go by their discretion. They're the ones that are breaking the ticket out and observing the breaking of the law and all that. And these guys, they were greedy, I used to go with them. I was just a young kid, but they were old guys, They went mushroom picking. I used to go with mushroom picking and dandelions, get some dandelions. And, there's all kinds of stuff that are in the woods that people don't realize are really good for you, and they're very nutritious, and they taste good with your food and all that. How many times have you had dandelions? A lady across the street, she's a horticulturalist for this county. She's over there with her nose pinched like this, and she's got the sprayer. She's spraying. Oh, all these dandelions, get them out of here. All they do, they're all through my yard. I don't want them here. And she's squirting them out. And she doesn't know that I'm over there with a plate, and I just cooked a bunch of them, and I'm eating them for dinner. She goes, why did God make dandelions, so many of them? Because the roots are medicinal. They cure people. People have ailments, and ailments is elements. I said that once when I was in school. I was making a big statement. I says, and the barbarians, the barbarians, came down from the north and conquered the Europeans. The barbarians. Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. I had them going, man. I was a comedian. I am a comedian. I make a big statement. The reason why Europe fell is because of their making love with their faces. They made love with their faces, and God was disgusted. So he got the northerns, the northern pagan people, to conquer them. They go down and straighten them out. The population is going down to zero. They're all making love with their faces. So God allowed them to be conquered. And they were conquered. And they came in, and they raped, and they stole, and they pillaged, and everything else. And they had babies. Now, what did God do? There was babies conceived. So what did God do? Oh, no, they're bastards. We can't give them a soul and a guardian angel. No, he didn't say that. As you were conceived, no matter how you're conceived into the world, God gives you a soul and a guardian angel, and you got a chance. So, boo-hoo-hoo, you were brought into the world because your mother was raped by an invading horde of pagans from the north, because everybody else in your family had a husband and a husband and a wife and a wife, and they were making love with their faces, and there was no babies being born. So the population started going down, 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 and once it goes down to zero population growth, you got a big problem. Perversion sets in, and when perversion sets in, your child grow up to your disgrace because you perverted them, and now they're older, and you're old, and they're looking for you, and they're saying, "What? How is he? What kind of shape is he in? Can he do the dishes?" And they go, "No." And now this is a child you brought up in perversion. Now I'm talking about future now. And they go, "No." Can he wash the toilet out? No, he can't do that. Can he scrub the floors or anything like that? Nope. Can't do any of that stuff. Can't do anything. He's disabled. And okay. And it's up to them, right? Because he's on life support and stuff right now at the moment. And he says, well, if he can't do any of that stuff, just pull the plug and let him die. That's the empathy you're going to get from your children. Instead of fighting for you, right, until you take your last breath, they're going to just say, "I'll pull the plug, let them die." There ain't no God or anything like that. Just let them die. Don't let them suffer. That's how they think. That's what you're going to bring up children's thinking. There's no God. This is all probability. The probability, if there's an earth, what's the probability of there being a God? I don't know. How do you figure that one out? I would say just open your eyes and you see there's a God. But everybody wants to make an excuse. Everybody nowadays wants to put their money in the stars. Everybody wants to go to the stars. Way out there somewhere, nowhere land. You can't get to another planet that's like Earth. They're out there, and they know they are because they've seen, I don't know, this new telescope they got picking up all kinds of unbelievable things. They've got a picture of a planet way out there with lights like the United States of America. You know how you look at the United States of America at night, you see all the blotches of lights and everything? Well, they found a planet that has that on it. So I'm saying to myself, I kid around a lot, because I say, all right, there are a bunch of meat eaters there, and they like only meat. They only eat meat. And the only meat they like is ape meat. And they don't like hairy apes. They like pig-skinned apes. In other words, this sow is mine when they find you. And you're 300, 400 pounds. Oh, you're going to taste good tonight. I'm going to put your left butt cheek on the grill. And we're going to have grilled buck ass. How do you like that? Hey, you have any grilled buck ass tonight? Okay, well, how about grilled doe ass? Do you have any does? Did you get any does? Cut their arms and legs off and we'll fry them up on the skewer tonight. That's what they're saying. All these flying saucers flying around, they've got ape eaters in them. Could be. Because, you know why? We're missing 600,000 people a year. Nobody knows where they went. They do eventually, I've read, find half of them about. So there's 300,000 people missing a year. And I get some glasses. I got these glasses. Oh, darn it. Why aren't I ever prepared? Where is it? Yeah. Oh, well, I'm getting off track. See what happens to me. I get a thought, and then I have the prop, and I didn't place it right because I never planned it, because I don't plan any of these thoughts. If it's there, I'll use it. Hey, is that? Oh, there it is. God is going to grant me to be able to use this so I can make a point, because I am making a point here, people, believe it or not. You might be laughing and rolling on the floor about what I do. But here's my new thing I found out, and I'm going to show everybody, and you guys got to get some of these. Yeah. This is what I got. Yeah. I don't know. I got these right here. And guess what I found when I bought a pair of these? I was looking at my hand, and I'm looking at my fingernail and my thumb. See, my thumb fingernail. I can't take a picture of it. It's too. You can only see it with these things. But the number 520 is on my thumb. On my thumb. The number 520 is on my thumb and the fingernail carved into it. How did that happen? I didn't carve 520 in my fingernail. How about you? You better buy a pair of these and look over your hands and see if you got a number on you. I'm number 520, whatever that means. What is it, 520 of me in the world, or, that are of my blood type and my personality? Oh, I don't think they do personality. I think they do blood type and how much meat you got on you. Because you're ape meat. They're gonna harvest you. You are nothing but a monkey to a crocodile, and to the ape people, the ape eaters, you're nothing but a big ape steak. Yep. They're going to grill you tonight, man. They're putting your left arm on the grill. When it comes off, they're going to carve it up. And they go, oh, man, there's nothing like pink ape meat. Oh, man, that's the best ape meat I have ever tasted. Bring some more spaceships in here. Everybody observe now, where are all the big heavy ones, the fat ones, like the 300-400 pounders? They're the best tasting. Go around and look for the 300-400 pounders. Yeah, and the women, the females, they're not as good as the males, because the females have babies, and when they have babies, the flesh isn't really quite good. They're having babies, and they're not good eating. But the males are. The males are out there fighting, ready to give their seed, make sure that their generation comes forth. I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have a little. I like the baby bowl, and the papa bowl, that type of story. Did I ever tell that story? And there's a baby bull and a papa bull, and they're standing on top of the hill, and they're looking down over the herd, And the baby bull, he sniffs the air, he goes, oh, Dad. He says, Dad. He says, man, you're in heat, man. Oh, come on, let's run down there and get one of them. And the papa bull stands there, and he looks down at his son. He says, son, he says, let's walk down, mosey on down there, and we'll get them all. How's that? Yeah, okay, Dad, let's do that. Wisdom, right? Yeah. A baby bull and the papa bull. Everybody's saying, oh, that joke you told about the baby bull and the papa bull. I don't know how old it is. I was told that when I was a kid. The baby bull and the papa bull. And I think my dad was the one that told it to me, too. Did you hear about the baby bull and the papa bull, Billy? And I says, no. When did that happen? Then he goes into the thing, tells me the story. And I end up laughing and rolling. He goes to the bar and he tells everybody, oh yeah, I told my boy this story. He was rolling on the floor. You should see him laugh. He's got a good laugh. And my brother Mike used to copy Red Skelton. Red Skelton. I don't know if anybody's ever remember who Red Skelton was. But he was a comedian way back in the 50s and 60s. My dad's favorite comedian. Whenever he was on, he was there sitting in front with a bottle of soda and some popcorn or a dish of ice cream, and he's watching Red Skelton go through his Gertrude and Heathcliff. He'd be a Gertrude and Heathcliff. He would make you roll on the ground, this guy, Red Skelton. His name was even a joke because his name was Richard Skelton. Dick for short, Dick Skelton. But they called him Red Skelton because they didn't like to call him Dick Skelton. And when they called him Red Skelton, they never called him Red Richard Skelton. All the comedians called him, you know what, Red Dick Skelton. Red Dick Skelton, have you ever... Have you listened to him? Red Dick Skelton? Yeah, right. And it was all innocent. It was all, his name was Richard. It was short, and Richard, the short for Richard is Dick. And a lot of guys that are named Dick, They wish they were never named Dick. Because everybody says, hey, Dick, what's happening? Are you, who is this? When they call up the house, they say, you say, who is this? And they go, it's Dick. And you go, Dick? Like the father's name is Dick and the son's name is Dick. So you go, I hope this isn't too far off. You go, oh, who is this then? Is it Big Dick or Baby Dick or Little Dick? Is this Big Dick or Little Dick? When they answer the phone and they say, who's this? And I say, Dick. And I say, Dick? Big Dick or Little Dick? Because his son's name is Dick too, you know. I used to kid. Oh God, that was a joke in my family. My Uncle Dick. He was a different guy. I can give him a little spiel here. The last time I saw him was at somebody's funeral, Jack's or grandma's or something like that. I hugged everybody. I went around, hugged my uncles and all that stuff. And I got to him and he says, "Don't you hug me," because he's a rough little tough guy. You know? He fought Tommy Holmes. Tommy Holmes was one of the best amateur fighters that ever came out of Binghamton, New York. Binghamton, he was in the best shape. Any fighter, there wasn't a fighter in better shape than him, except maybe my brother Michael. My brother Michael had ripples in his stomach that Tommy Holmes never saw. You know, he never saw how the build my brother Mike had. He was a lean, mean fighting machine, and people just stood there watching him play volleyball with their jaw. How the heck does he do? Where did he get that body from? Because every ripple, every muscle in his body was showing through his skin. He was skin tight, ready to fight, skin tight. And he was a fighter. My brother was the world's middleweight champion. I'm declared because he went to Africa and knocked out a middleweight champion there in 5 rounds. They were trying to get a title fight for the middleweight champion, Kurt Stein. It's all the records. You go to BoxRec, BoxRec, and it will tell you Kurt Stein's record. And right in the middle there is Mike Nixon knocked him out in the 5th round. And he was the middleweight champion of Africa. My brother knocked him out. Now, if you knock out in a non-title fight, if you knock him out, you're the champ. You beat him. You don't get a decision in a non-title fight and be the champion. You have to knock him out. If you knock him out, you're the champion. There's no disputing about it. But they didn't want my brother Mike to be the champion because he was a white boy in Africa. He was Irish Mike Nixon. But they didn't know he was Italiano. He was Sicilian. And Sicilians are mulatto Italiano. They're from North Africa. All the people that are involved with Sicily. So if you're Sicilian, you could be what they call a Negro. The N-word. Or just come out with it, people. You're a nigger. If you're Sicilian and you're a nigger, what's wrong with being a nigger? Why is that word such a fury in people's eyes, mind, and everything? They want to kill when you call them a nigger. I don't mind anybody calling me a nigger. I got nigger in me. Yeah. I'll probably take my film off now because I use the word nigger. But you got to get over that. Come on, people. We got to get over the word because that's going to cause genocide in the United States. Because when the word nigger is saying, here you go, you got 10 guys in a room, 9 guys are black, and there's 1 guy that's white. He comes walking in. Now, as the other ones came in, they're saying, hey, nigger, what's happening? And then the other ones are looking, oh, hey, nigger, what's going on? Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time, nigger, what's going on? They calling each other niggers, you know? So, the white guy comes in. Now, he's got nigger in him. He's got Negro in him. Just put that one. Nigger, no, Negro. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Negro. That's what they want to do there. But, you know, you give an inch, take a mile. They want to change everything, right? They want to steal all the colors of the flag. Make the flag all the colors of the rainbow theirs now. So now you're a Cursiista, and all the colors of the rainbow are your trademark. You have a bumper sticker with a big rainbow light type thing in it. So you're running down the street and everybody's calling you fag. Hey, you fag? You got a rainbow on your bumper. But one person they went, Deacon Lawrence. And I go, oh, you're a Cursiista? Yeah, I saw your bumper sticker. But you got to beware. The homosexuals have stolen the rainbow, and now the rainbow is a symbol of, yeah, what did I say the word? Faggotry. You're a faggot if you have a rainbow on you. So now here I am driving around town with rainbow on my bumper. People are honking and this and that. I'm saying, well, a lot of people know because no, they're honking at I'm a faggot. I was almost a faggot because I got molested when I was a child, but I got away from that crap. I became a man. I gave up my childish ways. I gave them up because I got perverted. The guy perverted me with 8 quarters when I was just turned 9. He says, I was a kid scooting around the streets, trying to find out. I was a new kid on the block. My father just moved in the area, and I was looking for friends, So I'm going through all the neighborhoods and all that stuff, and I hear this smash, pool balls breaking. And I hear it, and I go, oh, they're playing pool. So I went and I ran, not ran, but I snuck up on the building. I heard the pool balls being hit and stuff. A bunch of guys in there playing pool. And I go up and I'm sitting on the roof and I'm listening to everything, and I get caught. The guy, I must have made a move on the roof and he heard it and he got out there and he got me, And he said, what are you doing here? Who are you? I told him who I was and all that stuff. And he said, oh, yeah. You like shooting pool? He goes, yeah. I said, yeah. And he says, go ahead, shoot some pool. I said, really? Okay, so I started shooting pool, I didn't know how to shoot pool, but I had fun doing it. I was only, 9 years old. I didn't know how to really. I mean, at the boys' club and stuff like that, I knew how to do all that stuff. Held my stick and all that. But anyway, so I started shooting pool, and he got to be friends with me, and I got to come around, and I started moving boxes, and he'd give me a quarter, this and that, be a friend to me and all that. And he says, then one day he says to me, you got any money? And I says, no. He says, you want to earn something? I said, yeah, I'll earn something. I don't know what, he wanted me to move boxes or something like that. A great big huge warehouse, And I said, you want me to move boxes? No, he says, I want you to watch me masturbate. And I looked at him, I said, what's masturbate? What's masturbate? Masturbation, what is masturbation? I'm looking at it because I've never seen anybody masturbate. I didn't even know what happens when you masturbate. All right, like that. He says, well, you watch me masturbate, I'll give you 8 quarters. And he showed me 8 quarters in a pile, silver quarters, too. And I'm broke, I'm looking for a popsicle. Look on the ground, see maybe somebody dropped a nickel or a dime or something. I can go get me a popsicle. Because I don't know how to earn money. I'm only 8, 9 years old. So he says, you watch me, and I'll give you 8 quarters. And then it was, watch me. Again, I'll give you 8 more quarters. The next time, right? And then it got, and pull down your pants. I want to show you what I want you to do to me. And I'll give you 10 quarters. I had 10 quarters? And I thought, no, I don't, I'm not going to pull down my pants. What are you going to do? You're going to suck it? It will tickle too much. I can't do that. I won't do that. This is exactly what I said to him. No, that will tickle too much. I don't want to do any of that stuff. So he let off on me because I wasn't of age yet. He knew that I wasn't of any sexual age. I didn't know what. I didn't have any sexual desires or anything, but he did. And he vented them in front of me, and I got paid for watching. That was my first perversion in my life, which led into other things on up into my teenage. Then I finally broke loose from everything when I found a woman that I loved, and I ended everything, any pursuit I had for any perversions that were done against me were out the door, because I was in love with a woman now. And that's what happened. I got married, and I didn't do any of that stuff that I was exposed to when I was a child. A young child, too. The first time I was ever molested was from two unbaptized twins. I think they were unbaptized because their parents let them have a fort out in back where they could play with boys and stuff. And it was an old station wagon with an old mattress in it. Now, I don't know what their parents were and what they did, but they got boys, young boys, to go back there and play in that uh, station wagon with the mattress in it. And they got me, and they said, Billy, you want to come and play with us tonight? And they only lived down the street from me, and I knew everybody's neighborhood, everybody's backyard anyways. I was 8, 9 years old. I was in everybody's backyard. I knew where everything was. I knew this lady had all these big, huge stones, and they were different colors, and they were see-through stones, and they were like glass. I thought I had I discovered sometime when I first discovered it, I thought I had discovered something very valuable, and I took one of them, one of those great big blue rocks, see-through and everything, and I took one of them home, shined it all up and everything, and I look at it all the time from that lady's yard, right? So I knew everybody's backyard, and that's what happened with me, with him. I knew he knew my backyard, I knew his backyard, so I lost it, didn't I? Oh, shucks. Oh, darn it, I wanted to make a point. Where was I? I'll have to go back and start the tape up, because I've been through this before. I get off talking about something, and then I get off, well, there's a little thing I can put in there while I'm talking about this, then I forget what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've done it. I do it. Part of Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. Pugilistic dementia, I might have, because I was knocked out a couple of times. Not a lot, but enough to, where's my house? And I'm driving around Buffalo looking for it, and I live in Binghamton. That was my last fight in the ring, a tournament, because I got in the ring and the priest comes up. He's mad at me from the year before because I won the Golden Gloves and I ran around the rink with the boxing ring with what was it? One hand I had the flag, the other hand I had the crucifix, and I ran around because I was trying to say opportunity and the grace to do it, right? And I was trying to make a statement, right? And the priest told me after he had me knocked out and everything, he gave me a big glass of wine. He says, everybody knew you ran around the ring last year with the crucifix, and if I would have saw that, I would have slapped your face. Then I knew right then and there why I was set up to get knocked out next year. He had to get me before I got too good, because I did knock him out. I knocked his knockout right out of the corner, because he jumped up in the ring and he wanted to make sure I was going to get beat. So he says, this is not a 3-round fight, because I could dance a 3-round fight around this guy. He'd never touch me. This is going to be a 5-round fight. And I'm looking at it, that's news to me. And so the bell rang, and I came out. And when I came out, I lunged a punch. Now I'm left-handed, but I fight right-handed. So that means my left hand's out in front, doing the jabbing. Well, in my case, I'm not jabbing with my left hand. That's a knockout punch I'm throwing. And you don't know it until I throw it and it hits your face, and your eyeballs go. And I go like this. When I did it, when I came out of the ring, when the priest says, this is a 5-round fight, I came out of the ring, when the bell rang, and I came right to him, I lunged and I threw that, and I hit him right here. He was in La La Land. And I was so shocked by what happened, because he was standing there out cold on his feet, and his eyeballs were going. like that. And I'm going, what's the matter with him? The referee. What's the matter with him? Is he okay? And then when I said, okay, and he came back and he saw me there and he bent down and hit me right on the jaw, knocked me out cold. I relented. I had that fight. He was out cold on his feet. All I had to do was plant my left hook like I did to the national champion. I knocked out the national champion with a left hook to the ribs the year before he became a national champion. The national champion, I got ripped off too when I fought the national champion. Because I had my brother's shoes on and I tripped because I hit him with that punch. I came in to do the finish and I tripped on my shoes. The referee jumped in because he thought I was hit. And he looks at my eyes and goes, oh, no, that's it. No more. Steals that fight away from me. That was the national champion. That was Marvin Johnson's brother, Henry. He was the all-services champion. He knocked everybody out. And I had him out. And Mike knows it, and he shouted it out. Billy's out. Look at him. He don't know where he is. Get him. And I went in to get him, and I tripped on my brother's shoes. His shoes are 11s, and mine are 9s. He said, here, wear my shoes, Billy. You'll look good in the ring. The judges will look at that. You got to look good in the ring now. I said, okay, I'll put them on. So I put them on, and it was like flippity floppy. I felt like Bozo the Clown when I had them on. And it was time to change them. So I had to go up and fight the national champion in Bozo the Clown shoes. It's a funny story. A lot of people might tell this story because I